What if most of your struggles don't come from outside, but from your own hidden shadow? According to Carl Jung, the shadow is the part of us we deny or repress, and yet it controls us in the most subtle ways. Self-sabotage, repeating mistakes, sudden outbursts, all of these are signs of the shadow at work. In this video, you'll discover a simple 21-day ritual inspired by Jung's method that will help you stop sabotaging yourself and begin turning your hidden shadow into a source of strength. Carl Gustav Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, introduced the idea that every person carries a hidden side of the psyche called the shadow. It is not something external or mysterious, but the sum of the qualities, desires, and impulses we tend to repress. From childhood we learn which behaviors are acceptable and which are not, so parts of ourselves get pushed into the unconscious. These rejected aspects form what Jung described as the shadow, a living part of the personality that waits for recognition. When left unacknowledged, the shadow doesn't vanish. Instead, it influences us in indirect and often painful ways. We see it in self-sabotage, sudden bursts of anger, fear of being judged, or the tendency to repeat the same toxic relationships. Jung observed that the shadow appears wherever we are most easily triggered, meaning the places where emotions overwhelm logic. Many of the struggles we call bad luck or flaws are actually our own disowned traits trying to be noticed. Yet Jung insisted that the shadow is not purely negative. It is a reservoir of energy, creativity, and authenticity that we lose access to when we keep it buried. He described the process of shadow integration as essential to individuation, the journey of becoming whole. By facing the shadow, we reclaim power from the unconscious, transform fear into understanding, and turn hidden weaknesses into potential strengths. Shadow work is not about fighting darkness, but about discovering balance, learning that what we once feared in ourselves can become the key to living fully. Step 1. Notice the triggers. The first step in shadow work is to become radically honest with yourself and notice when your emotions feel stronger than the situation requires. Jung emphasized that the shadow often shows up in moments of disproportionate irritation, jealousy, or obsessive thoughts. When someone's behavior drives you mad, even if it seems minor, it may reveal something about your own unacknowledged self. The trigger is not random. It's a mirror. By paying attention, you will begin to see patterns. Maybe you get frustrated with people who are too confident, or you keep making the same mistake at work. Each reaction is a signal that your shadow is speaking. Instead of pushing the discomfort away, pause and name it. I feel anger. I feel envy. I feel shame. This simple awareness turns blind reactions into conscious observation. And that's where transformation begins. Step 2. Write down your reactions. After noticing your triggers, the next move is to record them. Jung believed that once something hidden is put into words, it loses some of its power over us. Keeping a journal creates a safe container for your shadow. Every thought, every burst of anger, every wave of envy can be written down instead of left to swirl in your mind. Do not worry about style or grammar. The goal is honesty. The page becomes a mirror, reflecting what you would otherwise ignore. By writing consistently, you begin to see how often the same emotions return, and what situations feed them. Modern psychology supports this. According to the American Psychological Association, 2018, journaling reduces anxiety, improves mood, and helps regulate emotions. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Try capturing not only what happened but also how your body felt, tension, heat, restlessness. Over time, you will notice patterns and insights that were invisible before. Your notebook becomes proof of your progress and a map guiding you toward integration. Step 3. Small integrations. Shadow work is not only about noticing or writing, it is about gently weaving these hidden parts back into your conscious life. Jung suggested that real growth happens when we stop fighting against qualities we dislike and instead find a healthy channel for them. For example, anger is not only destructive, it can also become the fuel to protect your boundaries or speak up when silence hurts you. The same goes for envy. Instead of drowning in it, you can treat it as a compass showing what you secretly desire for yourself. By reframing these reactions, the shadow turns from an enemy into a teacher. This is the art of small integration. You allow the energy to stay, but you redirect it toward something constructive. One method Jung developed for this is called active imagination. It is a simple but powerful practice. Close your eyes, focus on the emotion, and let it take a shape, voice, or image in your mind. Then, interact with it. Ask what it wants, what it fears, and how it can help you. Writing down the dialogue or drawing what you see makes the process even stronger. These micro acts of acceptance gradually shift your relationship with yourself. You stop trying to cut off parts of who you are and begin to integrate them. Over time, this builds wholeness, resilience, and a deeper sense of inner peace. Begin each morning with a simple but powerful question. What am I hiding from myself today? Do not rush to find the answer. Instead, carry this question with you, letting it color how you look at the world. By starting the day with curiosity, you prime your mind to notice the subtle movements of the shadow. Sometimes the answer comes quickly, other times it appears only at night, when you reflect. The act of asking creates a space for awareness, and that space itself is already transformation. During the day, practice watching your triggers without judgment. Notice when irritation rises, when jealousy stings, or when fear whispers in your ear. Each reaction is an invitation to pause. You do not need to fix or suppress anything in the moment. Just breathe and acknowledge, this is my shadow speaking. Over time, you will begin to see repeating patterns and understand what your emotions are trying to teach you. Even small observations build the muscle of awareness and loosen the grip of automatic behavior. In the evening, dedicate a few minutes to writing. Summarize the key events, then add 3 short lines about what your shadow taught you today. It could be as simple as, I need rest, I want respect, I must speak more honestly. These daily reflections create a bridge between unconscious impulses and conscious choices. Repeating the ritual for 21 days matters. Neuroscience shows it takes about 3 weeks to install a new mental pattern. By the end, you will feel a shift. The shadow that once ruled from the dark becomes an ally walking by your side. If you commit to even half of this 21-day practice, you will begin to notice a subtle but undeniable transformation. The emotions that once felt overwhelming, anger, envy, fear, start to shift in texture. Instead of seeing them as flaws, you begin to read them as signals. Jung believed that the shadow holds not only the traits we dislike but also the raw energy we secretly need. By turning toward these parts instead of running from them, you unlock power that has been waiting in silence. Weakness slowly turns into a resource. Irritation becomes a boundary. Fear becomes alertness. Envy becomes a compass pointing to your hidden desires. This process is not about perfection or instant healing, but about a growing sense of wholeness. Each evening entry in your journal, and each moment of awareness during the day contributes to this shift. When you look back after 2 or 3 weeks, you may realize that the things which once triggered you most intensely now serve as teachers. What used to feel like self-sabotage begins to reveal new choices, new confidence, and new strength. The shadow does not disappear, but it stops ruling from the dark. Instead, it walks beside you, reminding you that your deepest growth often begins in the very places you tried hardest to hide. Shadow work is not an easy path, but it is the most direct road to meeting your authentic self. By facing the parts you once ignored, you gain freedom, strength, and clarity that no external advice could ever give. Every trigger and every page in your journal becomes a step toward wholeness. Remember, the shadow is not your enemy, It is a guide that waits to be heard. If this practice speaks to you, share your reflections in the comments and subscribe for more explorations of Jung's ideas. Your journey can inspire others who are walking the same path. Thank you for watching, and take gentle care of yourself.